Greetings to all, greetings to all, greetings to all. Here's a brief summer video made in the heart of summer where I'll be talking about something interesting. A topic we haven't covered much that's key for food reintroduction after fasting, plus it's a food that we can use, which I use for a month. Well, I use it daily or regularly, maybe not every day, but I consume it a lot. Thus, we're discussing our famous quail egg, which plays a significant role in detoxification programs. In the context of dry fasting, it's an essential food for reintroducing nutrition because it supplies everything. We have a wealth of proteins, vitamins, trace elements, and minerals. Plus, it has maximum digestibility and it offers a high concentration of micronutrients in a tiny quantity. And it contains zero cholesterol, unlike regular eggs, making the quail egg. We utilize them in food recovery, which means for those attending our retreats, this is one of the components, and we have numerous components. I might not have everything in the videos explained, so I might have been asked to make videos. There might be a video in preparation, but it could be paid, where we will cater to those who cannot attend the retreat. It requires a certain amount of work to set that up. It's possible we will detail everything from A to Z regarding the preparation during the retreats for food recovery, because all those details are visible during the retreats, and then in the videos or in the book, not everything is detailed either. There you go. Thus, quail eggs are indeed an element we provide early on in the first days of dry fasting, because the human body needs to rebuild itself for the activation of stem cells, for the process of cellular renewal, for the regeneration of organ tissues. Fasting is undoubtedly the top therapy that will restore the whole organism in its entirety. And then we try to have the greatest intelligence in food reintroduction, where we ban all sugars during recovery. That's why everything coming from Russia or containing sugars has been banned. I decided to remove it after seeing that it was not extraordinary, that we could improve that. So quail eggs are protein rich, they contain no sugar, thus they can intervene quickly in a form both raw and cooked. Thus a proper dosage is necessary and the cooking method must be understood. All of this has been clarified while on the treatments. We select good quality quail eggs, so you see that in food reintroduction there are many crucial factors. To really get the maximum micronutrients from high quality proteins, protein is a molecular weight. If you take meat, red meat has a molecular weight of 500. Fish has a molecular weight of 150,000, giving it a low molecular weight of 50,000, ensuring maximum digestibility and making it a great product. Post-dry fast, it's quite intriguing since we deliver it promptly, showcasing its advantages. Quail eggs genuinely contain essential B vitamins. B1, vitamin B2 significantly aids the nervous system. Therefore, dry fasting is a form of stress, a controlled stress for the body, but it will certainly produce calming sedative effects due to ketone bodies, which will have a notably significant calming and relaxing impact. This is quite interesting for individuals who have previously engaged in dry fasting, and quail eggs are rich in these vitamins. B1 in a very good quantity, which will also provide immediate nourishment for those suffering from neurodegenerative diseases and nerve issues, something that will calm the central nervous system in a very interesting way. There you go. There is also a richness in vitamins D that is also ultra interesting in quail eggs, so we can easily consume if we are not fasting. There you go. We can easily eat about 10 quail eggs a day without any problem. I take them raw and cooked. It's quite interesting. There you go. So high quality dietary foods with high nutritional density you have is almost more interesting than fish in terms of micronutrients. We can somewhat compare it to spirulina, where we might find, after finding an equivalent for a gram, it's clear that this is something incredibly rich. You could practically survive solely on this in a fascinating manner. So it works, you see. Therefore, we have a hyper-complete micronutrient cocktail. Quail eggs are frequently used in allergic reactions, especially for those who suffer from them. Issues with the skin, any skin disease, allergies of various types. This is a strong tool against allergies, especially if you have them. Seasonal allergies to pollen and other allergens, as it will definitely enhance the immune system. It contains a significant amount of vitamin D, and there is an effect, a tendency towards all allergic problems overall. Quail eggs are generally known for that. Then eczema, urticaria. Well, these are all the pathologies related to the skin, so this quail egg is really interesting. And if you look at the theory of signatures, what does it represent? When you look at it, it also represents, the skin bears the signature of the quail, which also marks the spots on the skin. Thus we can also discover this theory of signatures illustrates its potential benefits and what it corresponds to, showcasing its advantages. We have the catalytic effect, so it's a cocktail of awesome that will help with digestion and speed up transit. It will also have a truly beneficial effect on digestive enzymes, and then it will play a role as a catalyst, mobilizing other micronutrients, making it quite interesting to include in a meal. It will have a truly synergistic effect with other minerals and vitamins, what you put in the bowl diet. So there you go. The brain's capabilities include memory, stress management, stress tolerance, and overall performance. All of this is the qualities of quail eggs affect neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin and so forth, making it really a precious support for the brain and central nervous system. Thus the quail egg, the health of bones and their strength for someone who may have an issue. If you have osteoporosis, I truly suggest getting this. It's very beneficial for illnesses and those with problems, dental issues. It refills with minerals and is interesting. Then protection for everything cardiovascular. It's vitamin B1 and B2 that always intervene. The cardiac protectors are also magnesium, so we have that too. Thus protection against cardiovascular diseases can also be given before dry fasting cures, doing quail egg cures beforehand to load up on micronutrients. It's quite interesting, by the way. There are plenty of changes that will appear in the book. A plan for improvement in the book is not modified. But I think in 6 to 8 months there might be a third edition that we will adjust and enhance some aspects. There you have it. Next we have tissue repair, which works well with a robust immune system, being rich in antioxidants. Here we have the quail egg, which also helps repair tissues, and that's why it's used in recovery. During dry fasting, to really provide elements for construction and repair, after experiencing stress. The dry fast has created a cleansing process, and we need fuel to rebuild tissues, making the quail egg vital. It's significant, and by analogy, it gives energy, placing it among the best foods we suggest. In recovery, I remind you that we have high-quality spirulina, which is perfectly usable after dry fasting, and we still have our famous. Pine resin also has an effect that complements and provides other types of minerals and vitamins. In simple terms, while pine resin lacks proteins, it offers a range of other benefits, including a reconstructive effect on mucous membranes. It provides mineral intake to sufficient levels, has an alkalizing effect, and is particularly rich in vitamins and minerals. Regarding this matter, there is a summer action on this product. Therefore, for those interested, it is necessary to take 5 to achieve an effect. Understanding that the resin, if you take a jar, some people say it won't be very effective unless used medicinally. Topically or for skin use or even as toothpaste, many people suffer from oral diseases and have issues. Oral infections that people may not recognize, and pine resin toothpaste is very effective against bacteria, including Helicobacter. All kinds of bacteria that one might have in the mouth, you get a great effect in cutting an infection if you start with the mouth, because every infection begins in the mouth, and using a very mild antiseptic toothpaste will not cause any disturbances. You see, the oral flora has a really interesting effect with this addition of pine resin. You can use it on your skin every month. When I travel, I always carry a jar in case of cuts or injuries to apply directly to the skin. So, people who only take it internally won't see much benefit. You get some vitamins, which is good, but to really have an effect, it's good to take it for at least a month or 2 to feel the effects. Some people use it daily, but it's not like a plant you can use all the time. You can use it throughout the year, just like coffee. There are no contraindications, and this product is also here for you. You start by getting used to a small teaspoon, but you can only go for people who have truly chronic disabling pathologies to go. Let's imagine a cancer patient who would like to experience a chemotherapeutic effect to impact something, a truly important illness, an aroma that has helped someone with a heavy pathology. We could take up to 5 tablespoons a day without any trouble. There are no contraindications, even at high doses, and the maintenance dose is 1 to 2 teaspoons per day, which is enough to provide all the necessary elements. Athletes will need it. If there are no pathologies, they can take 3 teaspoons a day, ensuring they have a good balance, tissue alkalization, and having sufficient micronutrients. So this was a brief video regarding quail egg. And then in the news, indeed, the news is that our retreat is coming up soon. Our next retreat will be in September. So we already have a solid group put together, which makes me happy. People are coming to Montagne-les-Roses, and there are still places left. It's a seaside location. During our first year, we will have sea baths following the dry fasting for remineralization, and we will enjoy a temperature perfect for sea baths, and then a very comfortable temperature. Marie-Christine will be there to help us with psychological and emotional aspects. So I remind you that dry fasting, you have understood well that it is break time 0.9s, a total fast. We truly see extraordinary results in many aspects, but we don't just focus on dry fasting. We try to include other factors and not rely solely on fasting, and also examine. When you find yourself in a group of 15 or 20 individuals, a synergy develops and bonds are created among everyone present. Participants can express their life challenges and burdens, receiving genuine support through workshops and activities we create for each session. Every workshop and retreat we hold is unique, featuring different energies and groups, allowing us to accomplish meaningful work together, to work synergistically on emotional release, and we certainly offer workshops, but it happens naturally as well, in a very simple and fluid manner, without requiring the individual to bear themselves too much. And there's no need to share all these problems with 20 people. It unfolds naturally, in a straightforward and fluid way, without requiring the person to reveal too much, yet dry fasting encourages them to release their grip on its defense mechanisms, its fears, its beliefs, which leads us to untangle the locks that are really stuck in most people, individuals, and we are compelled to tackle this aspect. The Russians have entirely ignored this aspect, and to me it is equally significant as fasting. The group dynamic, the synergy of the group will support the individual, which will greatly simplify fasting. And then the aspect of letting go, releasing past narratives and mental clutter is something that is very dear to me, to my heart, and the more the retreats progress, the more we will delve into this aspect where people can be liberated. We incorporate neuroscience, now integrated into yoga practice. It involves doing a significant yoga practice every morning, incorporating exercises that will lead to letting go, relaxation, and then, well, that genuinely targets cleansing. And break time, emotional detoxification of memories allows a person to truly be in a state of well-being as much as possible. Voila. So from September 25th to October 5th, just a reminder, this is the last retreat of the year, and the next one will be next year in Spain next year. We will be in a new place in Catalonia, close to France, which means we will have a lengthy pause this winter. We won't have dry fasts, and so there you have it. People will be able to come, especially those who prefer not to fly too much and are not too far from France. I wish you a wonderful summer. There may be some videos coming this summer. I'm not sure how. And I wish you a lovely summer. Take good care of yourselves, and don't forget to do short, dry fasts, even in summer when we tend to eat a bit more. Remember the practice of dry fasting, heat waves, even when it's hot. A dry fast of 24 to 36 hours poses no problem for me, who has fasted through heat waves at over 40, I would say. The effects were nearly more fascinating during heat waves, and the aftermath of the dry fast was rather interesting because as long as your body temperature rises, you experience autophagy, and then you have a burning of toxins that is completely accelerated. Interesting. There you go. Therefore, do not fear dry fasting in the summer. There are no concerns. I wish you all the best and see you soon for the next video.